Hi, and welcome to this week's episode of the Weekly Ring for Friday, September 22nd, the first day of fall. We hope you are enjoying Family and Friends Week and want to prepare you for this exciting weekend. Come out to Coronation tomorrow night in the Annie Myrna Pfeiffer Chapel. Doors open at 6:30 and the program will begin at 7. Next week we'll have highlights on Bel Air Radio. The Cultural Visions art exhibit opened yesterday and will stay open until October 28th. Tune in to Bel Air Radio this week for highlights from the program. Next week is Career and Internship Week. Are you ready to get your career off the ground? Set your alarms for Monday morning. B. Roxy and Jenkins of 102 Jams will interview President Dawkins at 7:30 to kick off the Career and Internship program. Later that day, Party with a Purpose as the crew of 102 Jams will play live from the quad at 5:30. Need help sprucing up your resume or even getting started on one? Mr. Johnson will be offering help from 8:30 a.m. to 5 p.m. Tuesday in his office. Sometimes you only have a brief moment to impress a potential employer. Come out again Wednesday from 8:30 to 5 to practice your 30-second elevator pitches. And we will see you all out at the GLC next Thursday for the internship fair. ACES is at 11 and the fair continues from noon until 3. Former SGA president and White House intern Shemiah Curry gave a leadership presentation at yesterday's ACES. She talked about her experience as a teacher in Rwanda. Here's some highlights from that program.
Hi, my name is Nancy Martins, and I'm here with Shemiah Curry, Bennett College alum. And Shemiah, I may ask, how would you describe your experience at Bennett College?
It was very good. Overall, it was very good. It was excellent. I had some rough days, but overall, I had a very good experience. And I wouldn't do it over again. It was for a season, but it was good.
And what exactly made you want to participate in going abroad?
I've always been like a global person. I was interested in other cultures. Dr. McLucas and Dr. Bookman were two of the first people to introduce me into global awareness. And so ever since then, I've just been like, get out and see the world. Leaders have everything they need to survive. Warning, we are about to see pictures of where I stayed in Rwanda, okay? One night I was in my bed, and something ran through my bed. And I was like, I'm being punked. I'm gonna die. I'm gonna die again. And I realized when I was on the phone with my friend, and my friend would tell you I was freaking out. I was like, oh my gosh, I can't do it. I have to call my parent. I realized it was a rat. It was a rat that had ran through my bed. And look, Bennett sisters, but you can make it through. I promise you. You have everything you need to survive as a leader. Y'all like, nah. I called my mama that morning, and I was like, Mommy, I gotta go. I will use my savings. We will buy the ticket now. I have to go. I don't do mice, so I definitely don't do rats. And she was like, no, you have everything you need in you to survive. You'll be okay. God's with you. And I was like, don't nobody want to hear that right now? She's like, no, we don't quit. You signed a contract. And I was like, but we ain't talk about rats in that contract. And so sure enough, I made sure the rat was out my room, and the problem was in Rwanda, doors don't touch the ground. The construction is not made in a way that the door touches the ground, so the rat came under the door. So I put a whole bunch of T-shirts under the door, and then I sprayed pepper on my floor every night with peppermint oil because that's what my auntie told me to do. And I made it through because I had everything I needed within to make it okay. Next, I went to Fawe, which was an all-girls school. And so I was English is a second language teacher, so students who are learning English as a second language, I was an ESL teacher. So I realized that I didn't know how to be an ESL teacher. I was like, at Bennett College, I learned how to teach people who spoke English at a first language, right? So once I stopped panicking, I realized Bennett College had given me every tool I needed to teach these students. They were all girls, so I could teach them about sisterhood. Bennett College, we don't always have every resource that we need, so I was able to be innovative, okay? We was able to fold sheets of paper in half, get you some scissors. Hello, we got flashcards, okay? Sticky notes. What? I had a bag full of sticky notes. My students loved sticky notes, okay? I was able to create lesson plans from Google. I had friends sending me things, and before I knew it, my students were some of the happiest students in the school. So as leaders, we assess problems, right? If you're a leader, you see a problem and you try to fix it. How can I come from a place like Bennett College where we are encouraged to be in the classroom and in the student leadership meetings, and then I go to Rwanda where people in a day-to-day household are encouraged to only lead in their families. And so it was really conflicting for me, and a really good example is my host mom was 9 months pregnant. We didn't have a house girl at the time, and she was walking like this, and I was like, Jackie, you're gonna pop. And she was like, no, but I have to cook and I have to clean. And I was like, why can't your husband cook and clean? And she's like, no, that's not his job. So I got up and I started cooking and cleaning with her, and she was so grateful. But I was just like, wow, like this is your spouse. And I could tell at moments it frustrated her, but she couldn't do anything about that conflict because that was her spouse, and that was the culture of her family. And that's not the culture of every family in Rwanda. That was just the culture of her family, okay?
Now, you mentioned your experience in Rwanda, but is there anything else that you left out that you would also like to explain?
About Rwanda? They were very blessed to be Americans and to have that blue passport because it carries a lot of weight. Yeah. It gives you access to other countries. People respect you simply because you're American. And it's when you go to another country, it's the first time you can identify as as an American versus just African American. So, yeah.
Now, what advice would you give anybody here at Bennett College that would like to travel abroad?
Go for it. Don't let anybody discourage you. Do your research. Put your things in order, and go for it.
BOD wants you. If you like to dance, come out at 7 p.m. Monday for the interest meeting and Wednesday and Thursday for auditions in the weight room. Wednesday at 7 p.m. in the Little Theater, there will be an advanced screening of the new CBS drama, Wisdom of the Crowd, starring Richard T. Jones. Make sure to come out.
I have created the hub where people can submit and dissect evidence. Real-time, crowd-sourced crime solving. And as of right now, it is active. Let's get to work. Welcome to the Hive, Detective.
This is where we maintain the database and monitor the platform. We vet any evidence before it's posted, and we can pull it up at the stroke of a key.
I just know there's a reason why cops solve crimes. We have this thing called privacy.
We gave that up a long time ago so we can watch cat videos on our phone.
What is this sound?
That's when a user posts evidence.
So who is it?
2 users. Have you seen this man?
We've got a confirmed sighting. It's all over the web.
Tell them to stay away.
They're doing it on their own. Police, the courts, they can only do so much. The rest is up to us. Police! People want to be a part of something meaningful.
Wisdom of the Crowd premieres Sunday, October 1st.
Thanks for tuning into this episode of The Weekly Ring. If you have any information or would like to join us here in the studio, you can reach us at info@bennett.edu.